Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Susan Lopresti, and I am so excited to have you here with me today. You are listening to the Susan Lopresti Wellness, Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. I really hope that today's presentation will add value to your day and also give you another alternative healing modality that you can utilize in your life to begin feeling better right away. And today, this healing modality that I'm talking about is called cupping. For those of you who never heard of cupping, cupping is a therapy that was developed thousands of years ago. It involves the placement of glass, bamboo, or plastic cups on the skin, followed by the process of creating a vacuum inside each cup by sucking out the air to lift and suck the tissue underneath into the cup. The purpose of this therapy is to create better circulation, relieve pain. It also releases toxins from the body through the skin. This happens by using pressure to pull the tissue, skin, and muscle upward, expanding the capillaries to increase blood flow and oxygen to areas in need of therapy. Additionally, the process of cupping promotes a relaxation response in many people, which is a great method for also relieving stress. And everyone today is under a great deal of stress. So this is a great healing modality that you may want to give a try to. And have any of you already tried cupping? If so, leave me some comments and let me know what your thoughts are on it. There are many different cupping methods, but we are focusing on 3 cupping techniques most often used in cupping therapy. And they are as follows. There's dry cupping, there's massage cupping, and also wet cupping. Well, each therapy has its different benefits and targets. Dry cupping remains the most widely used. So let's take a more in-depth look into these 3 techniques. The dry cupping technique is one of the most widely used techniques that's out there, and it involves the use of a flammable substance such as alcohol-soaked cotton ball, certain herbs, or paper in a cup that is set on fire and introduced into the inside of the cup that is placed on the skin. As the fire goes out, the cup is placed open side down onto the skin. Due to the lack of oxygen inside the cup, as it forms a seal against the skin, a suction is created as the cup cools. This causes the skin underneath to rise and redden as blood is pulled to the surface. Each cup is separately and typically left in place for up to 3 minutes. A more modern approach forgoes the fire technique, right? That sounds a little bit scary in itself. So there's a pump that is attached to the back end of a cup to vacuum out the air through an airtight valve. And the effect is the same as with using a flame to create that vacuum. I'm going to be putting some links in the show notes. So go back and check the show notes and watch those links. There's a lot of great information that I'm providing. The massage cupping technique includes the application of massage oil to the area being treated prior to placing the cups on the skin. This is so that the cups are easily movable from one place to another in the treatment area while maintaining suction as the cup is moved. This creates a negative pressure to increase blood and also lymphatic circulation as it releases toxins from the skin. And I'm going to give you another link to the example of massage cupping. The wet cupping technique is performed just as the dry or massage cupping technique begins, with the placement of the cups against the skin using either a flame or a pump to create a vacuum. But the wet technique involves a second step. Once the first round of cupping is complete, the cups are removed and the skin underneath is punctured with a small knife or needle. Then the suction cups are replaced to draw blood from the skin. This process draws toxins from the body and removes stagnant energy so that healing energies can move throughout the body unimpeded. You may be wondering, but what does cupping actually treat? By releasing toxins and stimulating blood flow, cupping is used as a preventative and a curative therapy for many conditions and ailments, as well as for the relaxation and also the overall feeling of well-being. And many of the benefits include restoring digestive health, pain relief from injury or sore muscles, cellulite mobilization, migraine and headache relief, lowering high blood pressure, also care for depression and anxiety. So let's take a closer look at how cupping works effectively for these conditions. Let's talk about cupping for healthy digestion. Stress, anxiety, and tension have many effects on the body. We all know that, right? Including digestive issues like bloating and gas, constipation, and also irritable bowel syndrome. And this is in part due to stress, which causes the body to become tense and can lead to the constriction and also stagnation within the organs, such as the digestive tract. Cupping promotes relaxation, which in turn helps to relieve stress and improve digestion by stimulating the digestive tract to break down and also process foods properly. And I'm going to put a video link to show you how that works, how cupping works for digestive problems. So, by me telling you, you may not be able to fully imagine how it works. So I'm hoping that these links that I'm sharing in the show notes really dives into it further for you and gives you a really good understanding of how it all works. So cupping for muscle pain and injury. When the body experiences muscle trauma or pain, its natural response is to become inflamed. And when this happens, we often reach for an ice pack to reduce swelling, right? Or, we may do heat or ice pack depending. And it's all to reduce swelling and to reduce the inflammation. But inflammation is one of the body's main defense mechanisms that stimulate healing by drawing blood to the site of the injury or pain. So, like if you stub your toe or you hit your finger, it becomes red right away. And that's the inflammation. That's part of the natural healing process. Cupping for muscle injury and pain works on the same theory by bringing blood to the site of the injury to promote healing. This technique allows for the creation of new blood cells, and the blood brings with it nutrients, blood platelets, and white blood cells needed to help the body recover fast. And then let's talk about cupping for cellulite, right? So this is something that so many women today struggle with, the cellulite on their legs, on their buttocks, even on your stomach area, you could develop cellulite. And so many women are embarrassed to put on shorts and a bathing suit because of this. So let's see how it can help with that. Many of us are aware that cellulite refers to the appearance of that dimply skin in the areas where we tend to store fat. So what most people don't know is that cellulite is most often because of a genetic condition. This condition causes water retention due to an ineffective lymphatic drainage system and stagnant veins that also cause poor circulation. It can also be caused by hormonal imbalances that result in the development of high amounts of fat cells that turn to cellulite. And cupping is great for cellulite because it works to break up those fat stores through massage cupping. And the increased blood flow stimulates the lymphatic system to release the toxins that are stored in the fat cells. And I have a video that's going to demonstrate cupping for cellulite using silicone cups for a controlled suction. So go back and look at that video as well. And then let's talk about cupping for headaches and migraines. And so many of my clients that are in midlife, and myself as well, when I was in my 40s, I suffered terribly with migraines and headaches. And for me, at that time, 20 years ago now, I was doing a lot of acupuncture for my migraine headaches. But cupping helps as well. So let's look at that. First of all, migraines are caused by a reduction in blood supply to the brain. It occurs when the muscles at the base of the skull restrict and limit blood supply to the brain. To make up for the reduced blood and oxygen, the brain responds by expanding the blood vessels, and they put pressure on the nerves, causing pulsating pain. And I remember that pain so vividly. To relieve headaches and migraines, cupping is performed on the base of the neck, also the forehead and the cheekbones, to relax the muscles and to increase blood supply to the brain, which then will relieve pain. And cupping is a very effective treatment for blood pressure as well. And here's why. High blood pressure is typically the result of the blood in the veins and arteries becoming thick so that it's no longer able to flow freely throughout the body. High blood pressure can be caused by high cholesterol or from having too much blood in circulation. Whatever the cause, high blood pressure forces the heart to expend more energy to maintain proper blood flow. Wet cupping is usually recommended for high blood pressure because with small punctures in the skin, the body is able to pull out some of the thicker blood in the system to allow for thinner blood to circulate freely. This starts to relieve the pressure. For this particular therapy, cupping might focus on the following areas: the base of the neck, the inner calf and inner thigh, right above the knees as well. If you're just developing high blood pressure and you're sort of on the fence, and I'm not saying not to go on medication, but if your blood pressure is just slightly elevated, this technique may help before you decide to go on medication or in conjunction with medication. That's entirely up to you and your doctor to decide. Let's talk about cupping for depression and anxiety. The act of cupping is great for anxiety because of the calming effects of removing toxins and also that stagnant energy. The negative pressure that's applied through suction is said to pull negative energy up from the body as well as to help to increase blood circulation, which helps to rebalance serotonin levels that cause reduced feelings of anxiety and stress and depression. Additionally, cupping is a non-intrusive therapy without the side effects of medication. So again, you may want to try cupping before you decide to go on any kind of medication for depression or anxiety. Who doesn't want stress relief, right? And then how about sleep too? Cupping for insomnia. The stress relieving, hormone balancing effects of cupping also help to improve your sleep by calming the nerves and the mind to help the body to produce the sleep hormone melatonin. Additionally, by improving circulation, cupping helps to create the balance with the body's basal metabolic temperature, which allows the body to maintain a comfortable temperature for optimal sleep. Let's talk about facial cupping. Aside from treating the body, cupping can also be used as a wonderful beauty treatment. Do you want glowing skin? Well, give facial cupping a try. Cupping increases again the circulation and promotes detoxification, which leaves the skin feeling cleansed of toxins and plump from the added circulation. And I'm going to put a video in the show notes that shows that as well. What to expect during therapy? Cupping sessions are often used along with other treatments like acupuncture, acupressure, or massage. Sessions typically begin with a consultation with your practitioner to discuss your concerns in an effort to help to determine the best therapy for your particular needs. Depending on the nature of the condition, the cups used can number anywhere from 1 to several, and they may remain in place anywhere from 2 minutes up to 10 minutes. Receiving cupping may feel slightly uncomfortable due to the suction, but you should not feel any pain at all during the process. What do you expect after the first treatment? One of the most common misconceptions when it comes to cupping is that the round red circles sometimes left on the skin after cupping sessions are bruised caused by broken capillaries. In fact, the discoloration can occur because the cupping draws dead cellular debris, poisons, stagnation, and excess fluid to the surface of the skin for the lymphatic system to drain away. It is believed that the more visible the discoloration, the greater the level of stagnation and toxicity to be cleansed from the body. This discoloration will fade over a few days as the body purges the toxins. When not to get cupping? While cupping is typically a risk-free therapy, there are circumstances when cupping is not recommended. Obviously, when you're pregnant, right? You definitely want to not be doing cupping when you're pregnant. Anyone who has metastatic cancer of any kind, for those with bone fractures, should not. Additionally, cupping should not be performed on any area like an ulcer that's on your skin, an artery, or deep vein thrombosis. You should definitely not be cupping. If you're on blood thinners or you bleed easily, you should not be cupping at all. If you have any kind of varicose veins or deep vein thrombosis, don't get cupping. You should definitely talk to your practitioner before you do it if you're on any kind of medication at all and you're just unsure. And the other thing I'm going to put a link in the notes is a directory of where you can find a cupping practitioner in your area if you're looking to give this a try. And then you're off and running. So I just want to thank you so much for joining today. If you're looking for any further reading materials, I put a ton of links in the show notes. So please be sure to go back and go through the show notes and check out all those links for more information. If you think that this episode would be valuable to anyone that you know that could be suffering in any way, And this is a great alternative healing modality. So please share it out with your friends and your family. If you're interested in learning more about me, you could go to my website, www.susanlopresti.com. There you can see all of my health coaching programs and a lot more information about me and what I'm all about and how I help women. So thank you again for joining me here today. I so appreciate each and every one of you. And until the next time, be well, stay happy, and bye for now. Take good care, everyone.